Hello and welcome to our weekly market update. This is Ryan Haller from Enlightening Super Trader Education. Please, if you like this type of videos, make sure to subscribe to our channel and leave some comments below. I know pretty much we've been spot on for the past few weeks, so if you've been following our videos, please make sure to hit the like button. All right, without further ado, please note that these videos are for educational purposes only, not to be taken informed advice. Trading in general is risky, and if you can't afford to lose, please do not trade. Seek some form of education or learn or get educated. If so, visit our website www.estetrader.com. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and there are no guarantees that profitability will be given, or any form of advice is not allowed anyway. All right, so let's look in terms of the macro fundamentals in regards to news. What do we have here? We have OPEC meetings all day tomorrow. This would affect definitely commodities of oil, and it affect the dollar against the Canadian dollar. And in the afternoon, in the evening at 8:30 Pacific Standard Time, we have RBA rate statement. So it's the Pacific Standard Time, or these on this time zone, and that's 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then we have Governor Kuroda is going to speak from Bank of Japan, so the yen will be affected by that. Tuesday, you have ISM Services PMI. Then you have ECB President Lagarde is going to go back and speak. Member Quarles are going to speak. New Zealand is going to have a high impact news based on official cash rate. Royal Bank of New Zealand rate statements. Wednesday, ADP non-farm employment change. Thursday, you have Governor McClellan speak for the Canadian dollar employment claims here in the US, and IV PMI. So there's also some low impact news, which I've seen as well in the past. Despite low impact, it also will affect price. Friday, we have employment change and unemployment rate in Canada. Then we have average hourly earnings, non-farm payroll, and employment rate. So they are forecasting it part of the expectations from 5.2 to 5.1. So we'll see when that happens. And let's look in terms of what's happening with the S&P. So based on the weekly time frame, notice overall still basically in an uptrend. And let me put in some look at that impulse right there. So if I'm going to put in within the last lot right there, boom. I know it did break from here, so it finishes like this when we have a trough forming. This low is 42.7215, 42.34, so still higher low. At the end of the day, it's still basically an uptrend, and it all depends on what's going to happen this week based on non-farm payroll. I know that it was very bearish last week, so there could be some more form of continuation of the price breaking out within last week's low from a minor correction. If not, then this higher low will form, is going to head back up to retest within this equilibrium point all the way to that supplier around 45.50. All right, so just be aware. It's bearish last week, but anything can basically happen. Now, based on the daily, I'm short-term bullish with it just to correct itself. Mind you, too, that you have a lower low right there, lower high, but also a higher low because of this also very bearish force. There's a lot of force, a lot of momentum, and hence it takes some news in order for the price to head back up. There's also an increase in volume through there, so odds and probability that they will retest all the way to 4,400, and here within that high at 44.84 is also highly probable from this point forward. But if they don't want to create a new higher high, then this is going to fail all the way back down once again. Okay, so that's the S&P 500. The Dow Jones, based on the weekly, created basically a doji, almost a hammer, basically last week. A lot of bears, then the bulls push it all the way up. And then, I'm sorry, this was 2 weeks ago. Then you have a higher high, higher low right at this point. So they fill in that gap, currently stabilizing, still part of the stabilization. I'm also bullish with it for a short-term component in terms of the outlook for it. Okay, and the volatility index was bullish, was bearish 2 weeks ago, but last week finished as a piercing pattern, which means the closing price pierced through halfway above the bearish force of the bearish candle the week before that. And so from a higher low, I believe this can continue to go even further. But also you have a lower high here though, and you have a bunch of minor higher lows. So if this is going to be a reversal, then it will go head up to retest all these. And this also means from a short-term perspective, from an S&P point of view, but because it's very bearish, then a continuation of price to the downside is also going to happen after that correction is going to occur. Alrighty, let's move to the dollar index based on the greenback. So it was very bullish basically last week. You can see that breaking out from this last high at 93.729, broke out within that high as well, 94.30 and 94.50. So per forecast, what we're saying is going to go around to around 94.50. Basically, it did. So the question now is, can they correct itself, or can it correct itself to the downside? My opinion already started. So the question is up to how far they will retest first this high right there, 93.72. So that's another 20-point mark right there, and then all the way to here on 93.53. That's approximately 40 something cents right there. All right, so short term, I am bearish form of correction. Medium to longer term, I'm still very bullish with the dollar index. Okay, so looking at oil. Oil is currently struggling. You can see through there, but based on the weekly, you also have basically a very bullish candle. Basically, this is the WTI crude, also US oil. And if it creates a bearish candle, then you have a lower high. Then this is going to fail all the way back down to create a new lower low to retest around the 62. But if not, if they will break out that high here at 76.95, 76.95, then it's going to go even further from that point on forwards. So yes, and looking at it, second time, third time. Currently on the fourth time is so it will go further to the upside, but if not, that correction is also going to come back down all the way to around $62 right a barrel right there. All right, short term, I am bearish. Medium term, all depends. If it's a bearish candle is going to happen, then I'm going to start shorting with this one, or a short is a more ideal component because the price is already at supply as well. UK oil, same thing. It's running out of steam. Chances that it's going to create a new higher high is more than likely, like a confirmed higher high, and all the way back down to around 72.50, almost $4 right there actually. Gold. All right, let's look at gold from a weekly standpoint. Beautiful hammer, higher low, odds and probability to head back all the way to 1825 is more than likely to happen. But if not, continuation of gold all the way back down to 1678, somewhere there. Copper. Copper is very bearish last week, but it created a higher high, a new higher low, confirmed higher low. If it comes back down somewhere 410, then better price point of buying. But if you don't want to look into that, then I believe it's also a good price to get into, go long. TYX currently is leading. There's a jump from there. Odds and probability to go to $2.20 is more than likely to happen. So that's a good sign. Okay, and that would be the case. Dollar index is also going to go even further from a correction standpoint. Right, let's look at the majors against the US dollar. Currently breaking out. It finishes like this, nice and strong by the end of the day tomorrow. It is going to go all the way here to 73.38 and beyond to create a new higher high from this higher low. So it's just a matter of being patient through that. That's on the daily, and that's what it looks like on the weekly. Very nice, clear cut. If you confirm higher low, can go all the way back up there, 74.44 and beyond, maybe 75, above 75 through there. So overall, still basically an uptrend since 2020. Consolidation between 2 points, create a new low, lower high. Then technically, from a longer term perspective, it can go all the way down here to 56. All right, let's go to the majors against the US dollar. Euro, currently seeing the price at demand. I am bullish with it despite a very bearish force last week. And if this is going to be strong, depending on what it's currently doing from a smaller time frame, the daily time frame, even 4 hours, then you would know exactly what to do basically from there. Pound against the US dollar, they're pushing all the way back up here through on the 36.50. We'll see when that happens. Breakout through there, lower lows, lower highs. Kiwi, looking at Kiwi, stabilize itself as well. Currently getting almost the over the sold section. Odds and probabilities one will revert back up. It's more than likely to happen, and with the condition that it breaks certain price points, of course. And then Kiwi breaking out from this. Then if I put further like a line. There you have it. They're supporting at that price point. Very, very strong. And then weekly, same thing, 1, 2, 3, and then explosiveness. Right, so that's the dollar CAD. Dollar Swiss is dropping. All right, you can see it through there from a tertiary uptrend point of view, correction. Odds and probable that it could revert back up, but unlikely. But if not, then it's going to come back down all the way here, 92.60. All right, so that's with the dollar Swiss. One more dollar against Japanese yen, phase on a weekly. And remember, there's going to be some form of high impact news, created new highs, higher highs, higher lows, got rejected, didn't want to. Then if the report's not going to be that good, then it's going to head back down to 110. So that is from the forecasting point of view. If not, as far as I'm concerned, it's going to keep going up. Alrighty, so that's the end of my report, the weekly market update. I hope you enjoyed that. Till next time, happy trading. If you like this type of videos, please make sure to subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, leave some comments. Take care until next time. Keep being awesome. Bye now.